of a true difference maker.
Here's Sessions following the three-pointer by San Antonio. The dish to Nene. Passes it to Neal. The Wizards working the ball around now. They grab their own miss. And the shot's good from Nene. Nene's got his first 2 points.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback. And, you know, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards went 8-9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers.
Now here's Leonard. Soft touch off the glass.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
Here's Sessions. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Porter kicks to Neal. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Now here's Mills. He had 10 points in the win against New York. From deep. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Spurs lead by 7. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And Tim Duncan closing in on 2 decades in the league. He talked about his continued love of the game.
The games are my solace. I enjoy playing the games. I enjoy the competition. I enjoy the chess match. I enjoy the physical play. I enjoy that part of it. So,
Well, Duncan breaking down his love for the game and what keeps him and going, not just playing, but still enjoying it at his age.
Man, it's phenomenal to see because Tim Duncan doesn't usually get too introspective with us. Anybody that plays this game knows exactly what he's talking about. And at the level he's competing currently, I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon, that's for sure.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp, not much stagnation at all on offense.
The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Jared Dudley out there with Humphries. Then it's Nene in at the center position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Now here's Nene. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Last season at both sides of the coin for the Wizards started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best, that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
And so it's Washington with it, following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Duncan with the block, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Dudley dishes to Beal. Picked by Humphries. 5 to shoot. Wall attacking. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. To the inside. Here's Green, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win, instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
Timeout. Timeout. Start it.
Get ready for goal. So timeout called here. The first for Washington. As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that. Greg.
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow.
Here's Willis. He's got 10. No one covering. B's got 13 points.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Wall against Leonard, and the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Anderson, he's checked in for San Antonio.
In for the Spurs, Kyle Anderson.
Nene, the screen. It's Beal on the wing, guarded by Green. Nene at the elbow. Just 3 to shoot. Humphries. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Duncan.
Still Wizards ball.
Here's Dudley. Spurs leading by 15. And there's the pass to Willis. Duncan against Humphries. His first shot coming late. Another one falls for San Antonio.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Here's San Antonio now. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Willis. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Last season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality play has been who they are and have been for 2 decades.
And it's the Spurs ball. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Anderson passes to Aldridge. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played.
And with the Spurs and their winning percentage, it's right above 60. Not bad for a team that joined the NBA back in 1977.
Good! Now Willis, 15 points in the game. Feeds it to Aldridge. Screen by Duncan. Off the pick. And the dunk by Aldridge.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up. And Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
1:41 left now here in the second. Inside, it's tipped. It's stolen by Duncan. And a fast break now for the Spurs. And Green gets it to go.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They have got to figure it out.
A lot of the Spurs' success, guys, with their winning percentage has come since the 90s. The way they are put together, who knows how high they can push that franchise winning percentage.
And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Gortat's checked in for Humphries. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Jared Dudley. Gary Neal's checked in for Garrett Temple. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. West is checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Rasul Butler's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Willis. Both free throws good for Marcin Gortat. And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete. But he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skilled, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
Talking about Gortat, he was a late second-round draft choice in 2005. His first 4 years in the league, highly underwhelming. Now, over the last 4 years, he's averaged around 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game. Those are good numbers.
San Antonio making a switch here. Leonard's checked in, and the shot's good from Nene.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Spurs leading by 20. To the paint, it's West with the drive. The kick outside to Butler. Gets a very good look and converts. Butler's got his second bucket of the night.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
The feed to Neal. Alley-oop try, and Butler sends it back. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. Got it off in time, and it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And money to end the quarter there with the triple.
They knew exactly what they wanted to do right there, Greg, and the timing was right on time.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's San Antonio just dominating this one. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach Popovich, a strong first half for you. Was the up-tempo pace part of the game plan?
Well, we've upped the pace.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your take?
They had a tremendous first half from the three-point line. Their shot selection was pretty sound, considering how many threes they took. And the
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You know, B has been exceptional here, guys.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Aldridge out there with Duncan, and it's Willis in at the point.
That's his first personal foul.
And for Chris Humphries, last year was a chance to sign with a playoff contender. The Wizards turned out to be even more than that, with the 4th best record in the East, and Humphries helped them to get there, averaging about 6.5 boards per game.
Well, getting back to Humphries, he was rolling pretty good last season, but a late-season groin injury, Clark, cost him the final 16 games.
Yeah, terribly disappointing for Chris because he had become an important part of that front court rotation. He was up to almost 20 minutes a game before he went down.
San Antonio's gone 6 of 7 from long range tonight. They've been on fire from way outside. Duncan with a screen on Wall. Outside, Green. Knocks it loose.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in